Okay, a little rusty. That might have worked. That was really bad though. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Leo. Doing alright. Thought I was gonna do Ocarina of Time all day, but as I watched YouTube video after YouTube video, I realized I just didn't want to do it bad enough. I don't think you've seen my recent Ocarina of Time 100% attempts, but tried to run it like 3 times in the past week, and each time I fail the Deku to Light Arrow cutscene wrong warp, just rage quit. Overall, the route's not too bad. It's like not really any harder than the old routes. But that wrong warp in particular is very tricky because it gives you no feedback for about 5 minutes. Like your setup, the cutscene pointers is like a solid, it's like a solid 5 minutes after you set it up to where you find out like if it pays off or if you failed it. So I'm constantly like thinking I set it up right, and I play the game for 5 more minutes only to find out that it wasn't right all along. And that's super frustrating. And when I go back and watch the VODs, like I generally can't figure out what I did wrong either. That's the worst part. Even had experts on the Discord try to figure out what I did wrong, and most of the time they don't know either. Still might try it tomorrow, and Who knows, maybe even this game will piss me off so much that I try OOT instead. Now that I'm streaming, I'm committed to playing something. It was very easy to just queuing up another 20-minute video of some kind all day, to where it's like all I did all day was watch YouTube videos. Learned a lot. For example, I thought John Lennon being assassinated is why the Beatles ended. I didn't realize that the Beatles ended like years before that happened. Bruce, don't kick Max off his bed. Damn it. Ah, shit. Thought that looked a little wrong. Come on. No, it's the opposite, because Pantera did end because of the assassination. Right? Because Pantera was still together and then he got shot, right? Unless there was some kind of reunion for... No, I think the Beatles, they broke up years before Lennon got shot. Watch some Pink Floyd interviews as well. Whole bunch of bodybuilding videos. What else? That's about it. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Wow. So yeah, I guess they are similar then. I wonder if these people leaving their bands is part of why people get so pissed off that they kill them. I shouldn't laugh, but like, how dare you break up Pantera? Oh, okay. I could have sworn that Phil was like at the event when it happened. Because I thought I saw an interview where he's like talking about him being there and what he went through. I might just be imagining that. I never like particularly liked the Beatles that much, but like they're still sort of an important piece of history. So I wanted to see what John and Paul's personalities were actually like. So I watched interview clips of them. Because after watching a bunch of Roger Waters interviews about Pink Floyd. I like Pink Floyd a lot more. They're both good bands, though, don't get me wrong. It was again the very frustrating experience of trying to take one of my cats to the vet, her running away before I could get her in the carrier, and then hiding from me for 2 hours. And even like the rest of the day, she's kind of been like scared of me. That's annoying. Our relationship could be better. Lord. Perfect. Wow, yeah, I'm getting screwed here. Hey, Chutney. It's alright. I'm just complaining about how one of my 3 cats keeps escaping when I try to take her to the vet. She runs and hides before I can get her in the carrier. And this has happened twice now where I've had to cancel the appointment because she just runs and hides from me for like 2 hours whenever she knows I want to go to the vet. It drives me crazy because I just hate knowing that she doesn't trust me after everything we've been through. Guess that's what it is, but it feels like she just really doesn't like me. It's like, kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. It's like, I mean, she hid from me for like 2 hours. And later in the day, she did come and sleep on my lap for like a half hour, but even now, like, sometimes if I like move too suddenly, she gets scared and she like runs off. I don't know. I can't do anything about it. I'm just trying to help her. I'm trying to improve her health and make sure she's not sick or anything, but she thinks I'm trying to kill her, so what can you do? Please don't run all the way across the room. Yo, yeah, he can't rationalize it. It's just like... Yeah, it's not like you can explain it to them that it's for their own good, but I think the thing that's... It's less that she's like trying to avoid getting put in the carrier, it's more the fact that she's like been scared of me for like the entire day. And like I didn't even do anything like that threatening. Like all I did is I've been feeding her inside the carrier every morning. I put a bowl of food in the carrier. This morning, I put the food in the carrier and she went like 3/4 of the way into it, and I kind of came up behind her. And I went to go just kind of, gently push her butt into the carrier, and as soon as I touched her and she like freaked out and ran like downstairs into like a corner that I can't even access and like hid for 2 hours. It's like I just gently touched her butt. That's all that happened, but like somehow she knew I was trying to trap her. I don't know how she knows, but she just knows that, like, yeah, I was gonna trap her and take her someplace unsafe. Yeah, we rescheduled it for next Saturday, so I'm just gonna go through the whole thing again next Saturday. I don't see why it should be any better. The only thing I'm going to try differently is I put the carrier inside the bathroom now. And I'm gonna just keep trying to feed her in the carrier, in the bathroom. Try to get her used to that over the course of the week. And then when I feed her, then I can close the bathroom door. And then she can't hide. She can just run around the room. But so far it's not working. She's not going anywhere near the carrier, so she's just not eating today. I'm not giving her food unless she goes and gets it out of the carrier. Like, I was real gentle about it the last 2 weeks. I like only feed her in the carrier sometimes. But now it's like, I'm getting tired of this. You need to, if you want food, you're going to the carrier, and that's the only way you're getting food. Wow, that room was insane. What's up, Hobox? Tried to take Botan to the vet again today, and it was really bad. I'm gonna try again next week, but well, I feed her in her carrier, so she has to enter the carrier to eat. But I gotta close the door behind her the time I actually take her to the vet, and as soon as I like approached her, like I think I like gently touched her butt to kind of move her all the way in, and as soon as I touched her, she spazzed out and like ran downstairs and hid for like 2 hours straight. And has been acting scared of me like the entire day since then. I can't do it more forcefully because the faster I move, the quicker she'll figure out what's going on and run away. If I try to get behind her as she's going into the carrier any quicker than I did, which was already too slow as it was, she's gonna instantly notice the fast movement and freak out. So the only thing I'm left with trying is, I don't think it's gonna work, but I'm feeding her in the carrier in the bathroom so that I can close the bathroom door first, trap her in the bathroom, and then proceed to try to get her in the carrier from there when she can't run away. Probably get clawed up like crazy. But I don't think that's gonna work because I think she's just gonna refuse to eat all week now. Now she's like super scared of the carrier. You know, her food's been sitting there all day. She's not going anywhere near it. I guess hopefully hunger will win out in the end and she'll get desperate to eat and start eating in the carrier. I don't know. Maybe. I don't think she's yet like aware that the food is in the bathroom yet. So that could be a problem. Like, I try to show it to her, but I think she's too stupid to realize that that's where the food is. We'll see. Bruce figures it out nice and fast. He's not scared of the carrier at all. Anyway, that's the only thing I have to worry about today, then that's a good day, I guess, overall. Things could be a lot worse. A little worried about Max today. He ate very, very little today so far. And he's like not interested in food all of a sudden. It was probably fine. And the other really stressful thing that happened is that AI training I was doing on like testing AIs. I found out the other day that there's a final project with the training now. And it's an estimated 12-hour project that you have to do on your own with no help, using the stuff that I was supposed to have learned, but I couldn't because the guy's accent was too strong to understand. So like I didn't really learn anything, and I have to somehow figure out what to do. I mean, I'm gonna cheat as much as I can. I can look at other people's code, see what they're doing, but it's not going to be so easy to cheat in this scenario because you have to pick your own product. Like any AI product at the company, you have to pick your own and then write like a testing suite for that. So like if I copy someone who's doing a different product, I'm not going to be able to just verbatim like copy their code. But I should be able to like mostly copy, so it shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, it's just frustrating because I don't know, just 12 hours is a lot of work for something that's not going to actually benefit me. And I talked to my boss about it, and he's like, oh, he's surprised. He's like, wow, they have you doing a 12-hour project? He signed me up for the training. I don't think he realized how like tricky the final project was going to be. Come on. But like, I'm not learning how to test this because I'm going to be doing any testing. Like, his rationale for having me as part of the training is just that I should be aware of what's going on in the company around me, kind of thing. It could be a useful skill set if I ever went to another company, I guess. I don't know, but like, even though my title is I'm a tester, that's not really what I do. I'm in kind of a unique role as a tester, where what I actually do is sort of coordinate all the other testers and like do release management stuff. So like, knowing how to actually code like testing suites is not actually useful for me. Anyway, that should be fine. Like, as long as I cheat hard enough, I should be able to do it. And I think that the shoulder injury might have been a blessing in disguise, because I switched to dumbbells yesterday, like, this, you can't really use this to like evaluate whether or not it's gonna make you bigger, but at least perceptually, like, I had the perception that the dumbbells hit my chest like way more. Like, I felt like super pumped in the chest, and like I didn't feel like the triceps or the shoulders or what held me back. It was like clearly the chest that was doing the work. So I think it's actually going to be, you know, better exercise for the chest, and it didn't hurt. So that's the important thing too. Yep. And then the week of eating at maintenance calories, turns out I gained grand total of 0.3 pounds from that. So that's very good. I guess it was roughly maintenance. So we're back on track, and I feel ready to go again because I got to eat my favorite foods for a week. I don't crave them nearly as much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 0.3 pounds like doesn't mean anything. It could be that just like I had a little bit less piss before I weighed myself, you know. That's really encouraging because 0.3 pounds per week is pretty much exactly what I want to start gaining when I start gaining weight. Like, any faster than that, it's going to be way too much fat. So that's pretty much how I'll eat when I'm done with the diet. Which is really the exact same thing as the diet, except replace one protein shake with an entire meal from the Indian restaurant. I'm also not as interested in losing quite as much weight as I was originally planning. I was gonna get down to like 155 originally, but I think like 165 to 160 should be plenty low enough to start with the massing phase. Based on the advice I'm getting, is like there's no reason to get like extremely lean until you've built a lot of muscle first. So yeah, it's like, I think there's just like 20 pounds to go. That should take about 4 months. And we're off to the races, doing the fun part, watching the numbers in the gym start getting better a lot faster. At least for a little while. Whew. I also added 2 new exercises to the mix. And one of them's called lat prayers. It's something I didn't really know about until now, but it's like basically an isolation exercise for the lats. It doesn't necessarily involve like your well, it doesn't involve your biceps at all. So it's like pure lat. I think I need that to have like the back to front symmetry. And then the other exercise is called Bayesian curls. 'Cause I think my biceps are like really bad. Really don't like my biceps, so I'm gonna like double how much bicep work I do pretty much. And this type of curl apparently is really good for isolating just the bicep and not like the forearm muscles. What am I doing? What? Alright, enjoy. Are you guys like actually physically with each other right now? That's pretty good, if it's true. Gotcha. That's still nice, you get to sort of hang out. It's gonna be a 39. I think this could be 39, which is pretty good. I'm just guessing though. Like it feels like there's just about a minute left in the run, but I don't know if that's actually true. Actually, no. Yeah, there's a lot more than a minute left, probably. We'll see. Yeah, there's no way it says a 39. Too many rooms left. There's 4 more rooms. Plus the Ganon fight is like 20 seconds. Still not a bad pace. Oh, that's really bad. Oh my god, no, no, dude. Dude, what a joke. Wow, dude, that fight was like 10 seconds too slow. Yeah, not a great run, but it's okay. It's okay. Alright. A little scared to run this game after what happened last time. Yeah. Come on. You bastard. Oh, you bastard. It's not too late to do OT 100% instead. What? Yeah. What am I doing? It's the book, not the lantern. That's too high. It doesn't matter, because I'm gonna fuck it all up anyway. Damn it. I totally underestimated how many arrows were left, or how many arrows were needed. Wait, what? How are you supposed to move in that room again? I forget. It's a diagonal and then dash, or 2 dashes. I don't know. Go. Ugh. Oof. Come on. Ugh. Want those. Oh, Lord. Well, dead run now. It's fun while it lasted. That was fun while it lasted. Okay. You want to stop screwing me in the ass? Bro. Wow, got the wrong note again. Bro. Ah! What fuck? Ugh. Oh god. That was potentially a very bad situation there. Actually, didn't need that one. Especially not if that's gonna happen. Yikes. Hmm. Punished. Go! Where are you going? Ah, I hate when I do that. could. Never mind. Uh. Oh, Lord. Hi, Reflecto. How you doing, man? That's fun. Get back, dude. Lion King was much cooler, but the music's better here. Well, outside the dungeon. Oof. Are you still alive, bro? Mm. I'm alright. Can't take my cat to the vet because she's too fucking scared of me. Every time I go to put her in the carrier, she runs and hides. Not too motivated to finish this run because digging game was 4th try, which means run's no good. I've never tried catnip. Problem is I have 3 cats, so as soon as I bust out the catnip, like the other 2 are gonna get in the way, and that's gonna... Like, I think the other 2 are male and she's female, which means they're more likely to get, like, crazy, I think, because of the catnip. And, therefore, she's probably gonna get, like, scared because of how, like, crazy the males get. Yeah, I got rid of the redeems because, I don't actually really want to do any of them anymore. Yeah, like I straight up, I can't do the 40-hour runs anymore. Not without Adderall and weed. I did a makeshift, like a sort of my own any percent route of MM like a week ago, maybe more like 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. Yeah, it was any percent with glitches, but like easy mode, not optimal. I mean, it's just like index warp. Pretty much go get Goron Mask and Lullaby the normal way. Then I do Snowhead with a couple like hovers, and I get Hookshot nice and early. And then I do equip swap for the the Zora song using the Moon Tier. And then that's pretty much it. The rest of it's just like standard, except instead of doing a big bomb jump with a hook shot in Snowhead, I like kind of climb it with just the hook shot. I do a couple weird shots here and there. But yeah, it's NMG light. Yeah, I skip any mega flips involved or any of the like weird like hook shot strats where you like kind of glitch out the hook shot, which is used in a couple places. Basically, just skip everything I think is hard. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I like it. It's just the first cycle kind of sucks. That's why I wouldn't really want to do it again tonight. See, I have the route right here. Actually, I'll tell you what I do in order. The first cycle is standard. Second cycle, I do index warp. I go get the Moon Tier. I go to the swamp with time stop to skip the cutscene. I do a big octo skip with I get a bottle, and then I do big octo skip with a bomb boost. Get Sonata, Song of Soaring. Then I index warp to Mountain Village to get Lullaby and Goron Mask. And then I index warp to Great Bay, get the Zora Mask, the hook shot, and dupe for my eggs. Then I go to Woodfall. I do Woodfall, heavily utilizing the hook shot to make it easy. No BK skip, I just get the BK the normal way. Where am I going here? Right. Then I do Snowhead. I start with a weird shot to sort of get halfway up. And then I do hook shot to like just below that tunnel with the big snowballs in it, and then I hover to that tunnel. And then I BK skip with that easy, like, just backwalk into the stalagmites. I totally fuck up the goat fight every time. Oh, I gotta focus here, this is hard. What am I doing? Alright. Then I do Stone Tower. Clip into the first sunblock with the easy, like, little bomb clip. We weird shot through the room with the that requires the mirror shield. Get the light arrows, then we do a bow extension to flip it upside down. Then pretty much just go straight to the BK skip. Then I do Great Bay last. The reason I do that one last is because I hate the boss. I don't want to die to the boss, so having one more heart container helps with that. Yeah, obviously Great Bay, you can just skip the whole thing. And that's it. Hover into Clock Tower and then kill Majora with a lot of crouch stabs. Play the Japanese version for it, of course. Last year, around, I think like June last year, I did spend some time making save states and learning all the strats for like the actual NMG route. But I found the tricks were way too hard and kind of just gave up on it. Like, a lot of the BK skips are pretty insane to me. Yeah, like hover out of bounds and then mega flip like multiple times with specific angles and shit. And then the worst part for me was I don't know what you would call it, but like the way I got into Snowhead and did Lullaby skip is like you hookshot like a post or something, and like you get a glitched hookshot. All of a sudden, like you turn to Zora and you're like just kind of floating through the air. And like that's the furthest I got in an actual run, and like when I got there, like I found that I didn't understand the trick well enough to do it. Yeah, I didn't actually understand the trick well enough, so like I ended up just giving up at that point, and I never tried to run it again. But like there was no way I was gonna be able to do the Stone Tower boss key skip straight from the entrance. Like that shit was way too hard. What am I doing? I almost went in the wrong door. It's kind of a shame because I did dedicate about a week and a half to learning it, and like all that knowledge just got deleted basically when I gave up. So the route I did last week had like pretty much none of the new shit that I learned from that, and instead relies on stuff that I knew from like 5 years before then. Oof. Edge with slashes? Are you talking about for Lullaby skip? Or you just mean in general, that technique? Yeah, yeah. What about that? All I know is that there were a lot of steps involved in getting it to work. Like, there's a lot of shit you gotta do. It has a lot to do with the hook shot, actually. But then, yeah, you can't like move normally once you're Zora and you're floating. You gotta just do like swing your fins to move forward very, very slowly. There's a tutorial for the whole route that I did. Like I just used the tutorial as kind of a. He says it's a beginner route, which I think is hilarious because like me as like a veteran speedrunner of like 10 years now, I think it is nowhere near appropriate for beginners. But I guess that's the only route you can do unless you want to just be ridiculously slow like I am. I know, yeah, it's like, yeah, all the routes that they call beginner routes are hilarious because like there's still extremely strict time of day requirements. Exactly, I agree. Except maybe like glitchless 100%. That's not crazy hard. Well, I mean, you gotta. I'll take that back. Yeah, the beginner, what they call the beginner glitchless 100% route is still insanely hard, and in order to do it, I had to make a lot of adjustments. Just time of day requirements are just insane. Yeah, they have a very skewed perspective of what a beginner is. It's like I'm sure like they're correct, very correct in that like those routes are much easier than what top runners do. But there are still tricks involved in the beginner route that are going to require like 10 hours each to be able to do in a run without failing it over and over again. Yeah, the top runner routes are insane. But yeah, when they say beginner, like they're saying, oh, this is a route that you can learn with 3 months of practice instead of 2 years of practice. That's what they mean. So it's still 3 months of practice. Like pretty insane. Unless you're like a 3D Zelda genius, which there are some people like that who like just learn things way faster than normal people do. What's next? Yeah, I'm definitely not a 3D Zelda like super fast learner. I think I spent too much of my childhood in the like pre 3D era, like so I have a much easier time learning how to speedrun 2D games than 3D games. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I think your OT experience should help a lot. One thing I do really hate though is that you can't use an ESS adapter in Majora's Mask for just like making the joystick feel like N64 and making the triggers not have to be pressed all the way. I hate that. So what I ended up having to do for Majora is I removed the springs from my triggers. It's the only way I can run that game. And then I found out the hard way that if you remove your triggers, then you can't speedrun Wind Waker or Twilight Princess without those controllers. So I had to buy another GameCube controller just so I could run Majora. Yeah, it's probably not really a big deal because I think they ban it mainly for the ESS part of it. Like I don't give a shit about easy ESS positions because I don't even do Hesses in that game. Too scared of crashing. I just do it so that the stick feels natural to me. It makes the movement much better. But yeah, that and the triggers. Here's the thing though, when I was learning NMG strats, I did actually start with using an ESS adapter for the more natural movement. And what I learned is that some of the trick setups actually don't work in that game if you have that. So like it'll actually change the angle so you can no longer use your controller notches for certain tricks. So yeah, for that game you definitely don't want to do that for certain categories. Well, whatever I did, like there was a very important trick in Snowhead that where you jump to the top from the bottom, and the setup for that trick I could not get to work until I just completely removed the ESS adapter. Yeah, when I run 100% glitchless, like I usually do throw on the ESS adapter, but I know I shouldn't. There isn't a single strat in that category that actually uses ESS position, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll look into the settings. If you say it's legal that way, I can just turn off the ESS part of it, maybe, and still use it for categories other than NMG with that one trick that didn't work. Yeah, but the notch calibration is, I'm pretty sure that's what made the setup not work. So like I couldn't get this trick to work until I turned that off too. I think. Anyway, yeah, my biggest issue was lullaby skip with the Zora thing. I don't think I'm bad at notch movements, no. I'm not gonna say that I'm good at anything in that game, but I wouldn't say that I'm bad. I don't rely on notches heavily for movement usually. Not in Majora or OT. I gotta pee really bad, dude, so I'm gonna just take the time to do that so I can actually enjoy the rest of this run. Hey, Lex. You want anybody? Yes, please. No. No boosts on these. Actually, now I think about it, I think the trick that I couldn't get was actually an ESS turn. You do an ESS 90-degree turn. And with the adapter, that did not give me the exact angle you wanted. Maybe I'll revisit it, try and figure out why I couldn't get the lullaby skip. Because I definitely got it in practice, but like I never like truly understood it. So when I got there in a run and I couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting it. And it got very frustrating. Another big problem with that game is there's a lot of ways to like crash or soft lock. I mean, a shield turn? Is there a difference between a shield stop and turn? No, for that trick that I'm thinking of, I definitely tried shield turn and it didn't work. Anyway, maybe I'll revisit that someday, but I don't want to seriously fuck with that game until I do some OOT 100% runs on the new route. Because I feel like there'd be too much interference with the muscle memory for the OT route until I do like enough runs of it to like make it more permanent memory. Hi, Bruce. You looking stupid today. Yeah, maybe I'll try my I call it half-ass NMG. Do a half-ass NMG run with first cycle skip. I can maybe do that tonight for funsies. What's up, Don Mega? How are you? Just talking about maybe replacing the Mario 64 segment of this. I wasn't even sure I was going to finish the Link to the Past part of this run, but then Leo started talking and I got less fucking bored. I'm definitely not feeling, not particularly feeling SM64. Yeah, the thing about SM64 is it's very satisfying when you do things well. but it's very frustrating when you don't do things well. So like the emotions you get as you go through it are kind of like amplified compared to a normal game. And since I haven't played it in a couple weeks, I expect it to just be extremely frustrating. So I don't expect anything to go well at all. What are you doing, Bruce? Hi, buddy. You a good boy? You're such a good kid. You're so much better than Botan. You don't run away when I take you to the vet. Good boy, Bruce. You want to come up here? You coming up? Come on, buddy. Hi. Hi, Bruce. Good boy. Good boy, Mr. Bruce. Good boy. You're so much nicer than Botan. Good boy, Bruce. Good boy. Good boy, Mr. Brewski. Good boy. Good boy, Bruce. Good boy. Yeah. He's such a good kitty. Good boy, Mr. Bruce. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy, Mr. Brewski. Good boy. Good boy. What are you doing, little dum-dum? Yeah. I hate when I do that, dude. I gotta figure out why that happens. Good boy, Mr. Bruce. Giving me a squinty eye. You're a good boy. Good boy, yeah. Good boy, Bruce. Yeah. Yeah, good boy. Such a good boy, Mr. Bruce. Yeah. Good boy. Such a good boy, Bruce. Good boy. What are you thinking, Boots? Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa, Mr. Boots. Good boy, yo, Booski. What's that magic meter? What are you doing, boys? Good morning, Mr. Boots. Oh, wow. We took a boy. Yeah. Good boy, Bruce. Yeah. Good boy, Mr. Booski. Good boy, Bruce. Oh no, dude. What a joke, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. This is so bad. Your boy, Bruce. What you doing, buddy? Turn your brain off? He turned his brain off. Good morning, Bruce. Good boy. Wait. I don't want the bow. What am I doing? What am I doing, Bruce? Oh my god, no, dude. I gotta figure out something for this room. Too much yellow going on in that room, not nearly enough consistency. God damn it. God damn it. Ah. Oh, fuck, dude. Wow. Wow, dude. I'd rather have died than have that happen, dude. That is worse than dying, dude. Alright, I'm gonna cut stream after this fight. I'm pissed off now and need to. I just want to be done now with video games. Alright. Thanks for GG. Yeah, like I said, I think I'm gonna stop after that. No mood to continue. Thanks for watching. Till tomorrow, maybe I'll finally do Ocarina of Time 100% again. I'll see you guys later then.